Hey, welcome YouTube to Law Lego with another MOC, another completed MOC. This is the Tuning Workshop MOC. This has been in and out of different brick streams, being built for a long while. I've had lots of different input from folks. Obviously Matt from Brooks Bricks, James Brick Sergeant, Josh Lumberjack, Tasman, and a few others. So what I want to show you is what I got accomplished and how it's looking. So right now you can see this is the front of the building. It is, so this was the tuning workshop that Lego had come out with a while ago. So obviously I had to make it my own. So first off, changed up how the front looks a little bit. Obviously there's plants now. There was never plants there before. The door looks somewhat similar, but it's not. The door actually hinges and opens forward. Whole building's sitting on a mill's plate. And as you can start to see, there's some tiling on the inside, and you can actually see a little worker pit. We'll get into it a little bit more, but again, this is what the front starts to look like. All the front glass, so it's all sloped. And I kept the sign because I like the original sign. So if we turn the building, so again, to get as much light in as we can, I put a couple of solid 1x6.5 panels for the roof area. Kept a lot of the original windows, a lot of the different tile work. At some point soon, you'll see this together with the gas station MOC I just posted, which everything fits together. So you'd see this pattern continue here. So this is the side of the building, and this is for something I'll show in a little bit, but I ended up modifying the building a little bit more to add a little chase. So the stairwell has been probably my biggest pain. Figuring out the design for this, like how to move this around and be able to take this in and out, that was actually easy. This staircase has been a pain for me as I've tried to figure out different ways, and that's awesome. I just broke it. It's Lego. It goes back together. There we go. So what I did was I took apart the back part of the building to add this staircase in. So there's panels, plates that attach inside the building to hold the whole walkway structure up. The rails are fairly simplistic, and then I used a couple of fence pieces here to do the rail with a little bit of different tiles to kind of add some different texturing. If people saw the original back, this little section is brand new. This is where I'm going to be holding a bunch of the different tools that are going to be in here. So I still need to add in the engine stand that Brick Sergeant had given me the idea on, and there's a how-to video out there. But also, and down there also is the 1x6x6 doors, so it's got that dual door frame here. But one of the cool things I like is this. It's a brick-built door hinge. So this way here you can put the minifigs can put different tools away in that. So there's right now is the a floor jack. So the jack stand will go in here, but the minifigs can open this little door up, and it's contained from the elements. I didn't want to impede on the windows here. And then add a little bit of greenery, octane gas. All right. Turn it to the side, and you can start to see some of the stuff, some of the detail up in the upper office area. And then the workshop for down below. So what I'll do here is pause and start taking apart some of this, and we'll start walking through some of the levels. Alright, first off, roof, fairly basic design, just plate, like I said, I liked the overall sign design, so I left that as is. No real big change there. Again, these pieces were from a Pab Hall pick that Matt had gotten me a while ago. So finally I had figured out how I wanted to use those. And then just a basic small little air conditioning type unit up on the top of the roof, because the building's going to get heated up during the summer and that, and even during the winter. So just made a basic kind of air conditioner. You could do it either coming across widthwise or vertical like I did. So that's just the roof. It's fairly basic, fairly simple. I didn't want to go too crazy on the roof detail. Now let me stop here and we'll get the next floor. Alright, so now we have the second floor, shall we call it. I call it kind of the office area. There's a supply area. So again, this is from the front, the side, the back view, and the side view. Now let's take a look at the interior, what I've done here. So up here, as you can see, I've got some either storage cases or for files, or different smaller part types, seats for people to sit at if they're coming to actually stay any length of time at the workshop. Most time people aren't, but I got seats up there for them anyways. There's the office manager area. That's here. And I got some lighting. So this is by Blinky Bricks. I'll show you when it's all lit up a little bit later. I may add more lighting. I might change how I've got some of the lighting done. But again, this is the office area, and this gate breaks apart. So if we needed to, if the team here decides, hey, you know what, we'd rather be able to move out everything and make this more part storage or whatever else, they can take all of this out and move it all around. But so this gate is flexible, and it also allows them to get to the crane below. So again, take a look at it from this view. So again, the office kind of manager area, kind of waiting area, and then parts slash other type storage. All right, let's take a look at the bottom floor where the actual work happens. All right, now we're in the actual workshop area floor. So the original set basically just had, the sides were open. You had just the one doorway, which actually slid to the right. So this doorway just slid to the right. I said I didn't want that. I wanted to make it a hinged door. But then I had to reconfigure how the windows looked, because it uses 3 of these windows. So I went with 2 smaller windows and then 2 transclear tiles, transclear bricks there to allow it to do that split. So it can open up and you've still got all of that clear glass area. Now, the original design of the building had this really cool play feature with the crane. So you can pull it in and out, spin it up, down, and there's a chain, and right now I have an engine on it, which I'll show you here in a moment. But I wanted to keep that play feature intact. The original build had it go all the way across the building, so you could do a little bit more with it. I wanted to restrict it a little bit. You can kind of see in the shadow there the engine kind of hanging down a little bit. So why don't we take a look actually in the inside and see what it looks like. So some stuff loves to continue to fall in here. So as you can see, we've got the crane area, right? So it's crane. It's got the engine. I'm going to take the crane out a second so you can see inside a little better. Actually, this was a kind of ingenious little way of using a set of Technic pins to kind of pull the whole assembly apart. So I kind of extended that out a little bit. And the crane, this section here was just modified down a little bit. And the wiring I've got to clean up a little bit. But there is also more Blinky Bricks lighting in here using a 1 brick. So what I did was I used a lot of the original pieces for it. There's a computer station, there's a little workbench area, pizza, because the guys work right when they eat. There's a welding torch, and on the side I put a little parts cabinet with some parts on top of it. So this way here they can get right to some pieces as they're working. I might add a couple more, but right now I like just having that one. Probably might add one or two. Might add one more cabinet set in there. The welding masks, I gotta find the other one, put that on its other stand. Fire extinguisher down below. So I think it's a nice, neat little build. It's gonna add a little bit more to overall of LAWLSville. So let me get a second here, put it all back together, and we'll take another final look at the MOC. Alright, so got the building all back together, and I turned on the lighting. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is why I think it, and right now it's a little darker. It's not dark enough yet to really see it, but what I'll do is I'll bring you into it for a close-up. So I've got an LED, and you kind of can see some of it reflecting a little bit within the glass, and you can see it definitely down here in the bottom. So I've got a brick that's just an LED that's showing light down through the build area, and then there's going to be a light right up at the desk area. So let me turn this to the side. You see it. You definitely see it a little bit clearer. So as you can see, it's actually sitting underneath. That LED is sitting underneath a yellow tile, and it's a little bit hard because it's getting washed out by the camera. But down below you can see there's a little white light. Let me bring it a little closer. You can kind of see a little bit more. You can see kind of the engine bouncing back and forth there. So, well, that concludes the Tuning Workstation MOC. I hope you enjoyed this little review of what I've built. This one was actually kind of a different one for me. As I drop part of my battery box here. A little bit of a different build than some of the stuff that I've been doing as I slowly get more and more into city and trying to actually get my little town built up of LAWLSville. So I thank you all for coming, and thank you for watching the video.